beautiful person. So happy to talk with you again. So, I had an unpleasant experience tonight. That happens sometimes on the internet. And so it got me thinking about, how do people deal with haters on the internet? I mean, I blocked this person. That's not an issue. But it really made me think about what happens when people start having to deal with haters on the internet because, where I didn't actually watch the Super Bowl, but hey, Nick, hello, I haven't seen you in a while. And but I mean, I've obviously heard about J Lo and Shakira, and some people loved what they did, and a lot of people didn't, and I'm sure they don't give a damn. But the thing is that the more successful you are, the more haters you're going to attract. And hi, Nick. And so I am. It really got me thinking. So, of course, you know what I do when I start thinking about something, I go do some research. So I did. I found some interesting articles about how to deal with haters. And this was not just on the internet, this was in general. And just wanted to give you a few of those points that I found. The most interesting thing, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. So the most interesting one that I found, and the one that I most definitely want to give you, is when you have haters, it's actually a sign that you're doing things right. That might seem kind of counterintuitive, but if you're playing really small and you're not doing anything that anybody could possibly object to or be offended by, or like be a 50-year-old woman doing pole dancing, isn't she amazing? Then nobody's going to bother to hate on you. Okay? As soon as you start getting haters, yeah, oh, trust me, Nick, I blocked her. But the thing is that the fact that people get haters is a sign that you're actually playing bigger. So I found that kind of comforting to know that, this is not a sign that I'm a horrible person, although you may disagree, but it is a sign that I am playing bigger, and therefore there are more people who might be disagree with what I do or be offended or have bad thoughts about it or whatever. But it's their thoughts, not mine. And then the second point I found was really, really interesting. So the first one was when you start getting haters, it's a sign you're doing things right. The second one was really interesting. It was a suggestion that this would be an opportunity to become more empathetic and more supportive of others. And I found that so interesting because a lot of people who are working hard in their success and so on, they might get kind of focused on themselves, or they might only want to associate with people who are also successful, blah, 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 whatever. It can kind of go to people's heads and expand their egos. I just finished listening to Ryan Holiday's Ego is the Enemy. Great book. Totally recommend it. But anyway, people's egos can get kind of inflated when they're playing bigger and they're having success. And if somebody hates on you, it can actually be a good opportunity to be a little more empathetic with people who are maybe having a hard time or even are receiving hate from other people. And hey, Siobhan. And so it can just give you an opportunity to maybe step outside your own ego and your own thoughts and your own thing and just, pay a little more attention to people who are having a hard time. So I thought this was a really interesting conclusion to draw from dealing with haters. And then the third point that I'm going to share with you tonight is offer more value. I thought that was so cool. That was an article that I found in Entrepreneur Magazine, and it was so cool. It was somebody who was like, I don't know what his business was about, but he was getting some hate, and his response was to give his customers more value. And I thought that was just so cool. So, I mean, as soon as I was done being upset about this person being so nasty to me, I decided, okay, it's time to do a video and it's time to talk about these things and maybe offer some value to people if you are dealing with haters on the internet. And then these 3 points that I've just shared. So 1, it's a sign that you're doing things right. That's very encouraging. 2, take it as an opportunity to become a little more empathetic and pay more attention to others who are struggling because, they might be getting hate too, and they might not be able to deal with it as well as you can. And 3, offer more value. So the only real response I have to this person is to go out there and give more value. course, she's not going to see it. Anyway, I do have more points, more suggestions that I found. So if you would like to have those, just drop me a message. I'll be happy to send them to you. So if you are in Winnipeg, I am having an event February 13th. It's a new meetup that I started. It's called Self-Care Group. And this particular one is going to be a self-care sample event. I will have some of the stuff that I work with. I'll have my friend Lori, who's a personal trainer. We're going to talk about self-care. It's going to be fun. So if you happen to be in the neighborhood at that time, February 13th, 7 o'clock at Get Assist, again, drop me a message if you want more info. We would love to see you there. So if you want more of these points about how to deal with haters on the internet, drop me a message. Happy to send them to you. Have a great evening. Remember, I love you. Talk to you again soon.